Hey, good morning. It is Monday, October 17th, and I am standing by for a permission trade, looking for preponderance of evidence that I can get into a trade. I want to demonstrate exactly how we trade double tail, and we take every single trade where the preponderance of evidence tells us that this is a good trade. Now, when we do that, not every single trade will be a successful trade. But because the market will do whatever it wants to do, we all know that. However, when you trade every trade based on this formula, in my experience, 8 out of 10 trades are successful trades, and so um, that's what we are going to be focused on this morning. So I will, as soon as I start seeing a trade set up, I will come back on, I will explain it, and we'll get into the trade and we will execute it. Stand by. Okay, so I'm recording again. We started way down here. We've got a doji, or a double tail, so this would indicate that something is potentially going to happen. I've got my fast momentum indicator here. I've got my slow momentum indicator here. I wouldn't do anything, change direction here because we're in a trend. So we'll see if we can get a blue bar coming down. And then potentially continuing on up with this trend toward our R1 line. I try usually not to trade unless I'm trading on one of these um, floor trader numbers, but if it's permissioned, preponderance of evidence says you can, then I do. So we'll see what happens here with this double tail. One thing to keep in mind about double tails is a reversal of price always happens on a double tail, always. However, every double tail does not signal a reversal of price. So here, let's take this guy right here. It had a lot of chop here. This was the one, signaled a reversal. Here it hit a top, signal a reversal. Okay, so keep that in mind. One thing I like here is we've got a double, we're very close to a double bottom. And we started our trend up early this morning. You can see that it's only 7:08 here in Austin. This would have been the best trade so far. This is what you might call a second wave. And the second wave is the most reliable trade that you can take. Usually, if you are on time and you're able to catch the second wave, that can usually be your single trade for the day. But the volume is still kind of low because we're early for the market open. But that doesn't mean we can't trade. So I'm going to put this back on hold and see you guys if something happens. All right, so here we are. It's very hard actually to do commentary and actually trade on a live account, which is why I'm only trading one contract. But here we have both of our momentum indicators are showing a downward trend. We have a double tail and it looks like we're forming a red candle here. So what I'm looking for is the trend to continue upward. So we're just going to stand by and see if we get permission. Now this would give us actually, if you are a counter trend trader, you might consider getting in here, but we don't advocate counter trend trading. It's just kind of pointless when it's so much easier to just go with the trend. So let's stand by and see what happens here. I'll be right back. Okay, so a little update here. Looks like we have come down. It looks like we're coming down for another pivot. My momentum indicators, the slow and the fast, are both coming down in volume. So what I'm waiting on, the price action could come down here to the fair value mark, and that could act as support. And we could bounce off of it if we have a double tail. in conjunction with that, and we have volume um, down here on the momentum pointing upward again. So we will see what happens, but I will not get into a trade unless it is permissioned. And so when we wait patiently for that permission trade, all the frustration of trading vanishes, and we know what we're waiting for. We know exactly what we're waiting for, and that's exactly what the event in LA is all about. Identifying permission trades and being able to go in with confidence every single trade that you make without fear, without sweaty palms, and just making it happen. So I'm going to put this on standby again, and we will wait until we have permission to get into a trade. So we just got our double tail. Looks like the T3 as support. I don't have confirmation from my two momentum indicators. I'm tempted to jump in on this double tail because I'm eager to get a trade in to demonstrate, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait patiently for permission. I have to go get my shoulder x-rayed this morning, and that's another thing that's kind of causing me to want to get this trade in so it's mailed out to you. Those are all not good reasons to make a trade. In fact, I should probably not be trading at all. It's a double-edged sword. I want to demonstrate real trades to you. That's what you ask for. It's what you want to see. At the same time, I've got to be careful because I don't want to demonstrate bad behavior. So we'll just wait for the right moment. Okay, great example here. Remember I said I wanted to jump in on that trade, convinced that it was going to continue on up. I'm very happy that I didn't because I didn't have permission to do it. I didn't do it, and as you can see, the price action is continuing down. Now, it could be fair value, and that fair value could be the support we've been looking for before it reverses. But now we have to wait for another double tail to appear before we can enter. And we need our momentum indicators to tell us that we are permissioned. Okay, so standing by. All right, so now we've got another double tail, but we still don't have momentum telling us what to do, giving us permission. We do have, I believe this is going to turn out to be support here at today's fair value line, or right around there. But we want to see a color change here in one or both of the momentum indicators to take this trade going long. All right, so that's what we're waiting for now. And this could take another couple of seconds or several minutes. So we're going to put this on pause so the video doesn't get too long. I'm going to go ahead and get prepared.
Order pending.
For this trade, I still don't have permission, but I want to go ahead and place my limit order in the event. I do have a color change there. I'm going to go ahead and move my limit order into the blue. Looks like I've missed it. Let's see if we can get into this trade.
Order filled.
Okay, we're in the trade. We have our 8-tick stop in place, our 20-tick target. This has been agonizing. Everybody's always asking me to make videos, and I love doing it, but consider this. I've been sitting here for an hour. I've got about 9 minutes of video before I got into my first trade. And so the point I'm making is it's sometimes it's quick and sometimes it takes forever. But let's see if we can't make some money here. I'm just going to go ahead and let the video run so we can see how this trade executes. So here was my color change on my fast momentum indicator. It now just changed back. I'm going to go ahead and hang in there. I've committed to the trade. I had permission to enter, and it looks like we did actually in fact use today's fair value line as our support. So let's just sit here and watch it. One thing I want to point out is if you notice the simplicity of this chart. We've removed pretty much everything that can distract a trader. The only thing you really need to know is where the price action is. In the double tail, we have put these hash marks in so you can see where the candle opened and where the candle is, so you don't have to look over to the right here. That may seem insignificant, but it really, in the heat of trading, sometimes it's very important to be able to focus on the exact candlestick that you are on. And let's stick into this trade. It may take us out because it started getting momentum going down again. Doesn't matter. We had permission to enter, and we entered. We get taken out, we get taken out. We don't care. We'll enter the next permission trade. It's very possible this could be a top, and this could be the beginning of our second wave. And the second wave could take us short for a nice long trade. So we'll have to decide here if we get stopped out with one more tick. We'll have to decide if we want to get into a short, since our momentum is pointing in that direction. Okay, we got stopped out on that one. We're continuing on down, and we will wait for the next permissioned trade. That actually could be it. I'm going to go ahead and place
Order pending.
It looks like we definitely have momentum going down. We've don't have a color change on our slow momentum, but we are continuing down.
Order filled.
We're in another trade going short. Okay, we had permission to enter. Why? We had a double tail. We had a momentum. And there goes another one. Okay, we still had permission to enter. We have permission to enter again. This is looking a little choppy though. We have a double top here. Momentum continues down. Going down.
Order pending.
Triple bottom. That's a shame. It looks like we missed that trade. I really like this. This looks like it's going to end up having been our second wave heading down. You go ahead and see if we can't catch that, and if we don't get in there, then it's gone.
Order filled.
Okay. We had permission. A little bit sloppy on the execution, but we had permission, so we take the trade. I'm going to go ahead and move my stop down. Going to move it down to break even now. Going to move it into profit. Going to move my target. Continue trailing my stop. Going to move my target again because we really don't have anything to do here until we get another double tail. But as you can probably tell, I'm eager to get out of this trade so I can go get my X-ray done. But hey, we're in a good trade now. Let's go ahead and let it run its course without rushing it. This is actually a pretty good example of, we take permission trades, and permission trades don't always pan out the way we want them to. But nevertheless,
Stop filled.
Nevertheless, we take the permission trades. All right, so I ended up 16 ticks in the red. And with my third trade, I ended up with 10 ticks in the green. Now, if I had more patience, I would have simply continued trailing my stop a little less aggressively than I did on that trade, and just waited for the next double tail. And because the next double tail, which we don't know when that's going to happen, but that's going to be your next signal to actually do something. So even though the three trades weren't perfectly executed, it does give you a good example of entering trades that are permissioned, even if they're a little bit sloppy. The next trade is going to be perfect, but give you a good example of what we're going to learn in the training. And there's my doji. So I got the lion's share out of that trade, no matter how you look at it. All right, so I'm going to sign off, head on down to the VA and get my X-ray, and I hope you all have a very good day. I'm going to try to get this out to you right away.